Looney Tunes back in action. I like this movie actually quite a bit. It's directed by Joe Dante, who directed Gremlins, and I gotta say, it was actually pretty funny. I like this more than Space Jam, which more people would probably like Space Jam more than this, or even know what it is more. It was more popular. It did better. But I think this is a better film. I think that there's better jokes. I think it's a better written story. I think the comedic performances are better. You got Steve Martin playing the villain. The Looney Tunes are funnier in this than in Space Jam. That's how I feel. Anyway, we're gonna get more into it though, because I'm gonna type in the IMDb. And I am curious as to what this gets on IMDb, because it didn't do well when it came out, but I feel like it's had sort of a resurgence. 5.8 out of 10, so that's not great, but it's not bad either. Still more than Pootie Tang, which is my favorite movie. But yeah, Looney Tunes back in action. Jenna Elfman, and I'm assuming she's related to Danny Elfman, but I don't know that for sure. I feel like maybe she's his daughter or something, or wife maybe. I don't know, cause this was a while ago. I don't know. Um, Steve Martin, Brendan Fraser. This is great. I like Brendan Fraser. Um, there's a funny joke in this where Brendan Fraser meets himself and he's talking about how he's a stuntman. His character in this movie is a stuntman, DJ, and he was a stuntman for Brendan Fraser, which is of course himself. So the joke is that Brendan Fraser got him kicked off of the movie because he was getting more screen time than him. It's kind of silly, but it's also kind of funny. There's lots of fun jokes in this. I do have problems with it. The basic plot though is fun. Basically, Brendan Fraser's dad is an actor who played a James Bond type spy character. And it turns out that he actually is a spy, and he's being held captive by Steve Martin, and Steve Martin is trying to take over the world. He's the leader of the Acme Corporation, which, if you know Looney Tunes cartoons at all, you know Acme is a big part of it. He's the head of the Acme Corporation, so he's the evil mastermind, and he has um, Brendan Fraser's dad in this, Damian Drake, but his real name is Timothy Dalton, and he played James Bond, which is probably why he was cast for this. And he's captured by Steve Martin, but his plan is to get this diamond called the Blue Monkey and turn everybody in the world into monkeys and then make them create the products uh, as monkey slaves and then sell the products back to them once they transfer them back into humans so they'll buy the products. It's a really silly concept for the plot, but that's why it's funny. It's very cartoony, and this is very cartoony because it's live action mixed with cartoons. And so yeah, some of the bad things though about it. The animation is not great all the time, so it's pretty cool. So this was early when like mixing CGI with animation was new. So sometimes, honestly, most of the time, it looks pretty good. But some of the time, it's a little off. Like for instance, there's this one part where you see Daffy Duck from behind, and his beak looks like weird or something, or his bill or whatever. It doesn't look right. Just little things like that. Sort of a nitpick, but still, I wanted to mention it. Monkey Bone. This is not Monkey Bone. Um, but I like Monkey Bone. We've talked about Monkey Bone. I gave it a high review. But this is another Brendan Fraser movie directed by Joe Dante, who I met. I should mention, I met Joe Dante. I met the director of this film, and he owns a Dr. Booty Quiver T-shirt. I have to mention that. But Joe Dante, he was super nice. He was at the local film festival. They got him here somehow. I don't know how they got him here into Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but it was awesome. He was very nice. He took my T-shirt, and we took a picture with him holding the T-shirt. It was nice. He was very pleasant. old guy. And you know what? He's made like so many movies that are good that have not gotten enough respect. This one, Looney Tunes Back in Action, the film Matinee, um, Gremlins 2, you know, so many movies that they are good, but they just didn't get a chance. Small Soldiers is another one. The Burbs, the list goes on. But I don't know, Joe Dante's a really good director, and it was cool that I met him, and I wanted to mention that because he directed this. And I didn't realize that till the end of the movie, but it does, well, boy, did that ever make sense after, because of all the little things that Joe Dante often puts into his movie. Like, Dick Miller was in this movie, and Dick Miller is in, like, every Joe Dante movie. He's in Gremlins, he's in I think he's in The Burbs. He's in, like, every one of his movies almost. It's a bit role. But, and Dick Miller died a little bit ago, so rest in peace, Dick Miller. But, he, he's always good in his little bit roles, but it's always good to see Dick Miller in stuff. But yeah, Brendan Fraser, I think he's funny. I like Brendan Fraser. Everyone sort of likes him, I think. I thought he was good. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, how did I yawn? But this isn't I probably like Monkey Bone more than this, but this was still pretty fun and better than Space Jam. I said it. Space Jam sucks. Boy, yeah. It's not. I liked it as a kid, but I don't like it as much now. If you don't agree, that's okay. You're allowed to, but I'm allowed to say Space Jam sucks. And I like this. So there's lots of fun gags. Like, the jokes are just well written for the most part in this. There's some hit and misses, Some of the things that didn't age well are like a joke that Steve Martin says where he's like, it's kind of rapey, where he's like, I'm gonna kiss you on you later and stuff. It's like, okay, it's not even funny. But it's the quick little things, and it was a different time. But things like the CGI, boo Space Jam, yes, boo Space Jam. But let's talk about. So I talked about the animation with the mixing with CGI, and that works. But there's a couple parts in this where they use just straight up CGI for stuff, and it's sort of cartoony CGI, but it's still like straight up CGI, and not like animated rendered CGI like Bugs is and Daffy and all the classic animated characters are. It doesn't look good. It's like there's a scene where they go to Area 52, and the joke is kind of funny actually. Instead of Area 51, they have Area 51 because that's the fake one to make everybody think that's what the aliens are, but the real secret alien hideout base or whatever is Area 52. So that's kind of funny. And there's little nods to things. Another thing that it was like, oh, Joe Dante clearly had something to do with this. At the end, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, was the robot, they had Robot Monster, they had all these little things in Area 52 that were just sort of nods to things he liked, I think. Robot Monster is a hilarious bad B movie for people that don't know. And yeah, they're in this Area 52, and they have this alien that's CGI. It just doesn't look right. It's a little shitty. Studio 54, yeah, that's right. That's the disco place. But the CGI just didn't look right. And another thing I have sort of a problem with is Marvin the Martian is in this jar, and he gets phoned by Steve Martin, because I guess a lot of the Looney Tunes are working for Steve Martin, working for the Acme Corporation, and Marvin the Martian is in one of these jars, captured, like he's in prison, inside of a jar, a big jar, in this Area 52. But as soon as Steve Martin gives him the call, he's able to just shoot his way out and shoot all the monsters out of their jars too. But my question is, why didn't he do that sooner? Why didn't he do that before? Why wouldn't he escape if he could? He had a ray gun, I don't know. So, little things like that, or like, I don't know. But for the most part, like, the plot is fun, it's cartoony, you can forgive some of that kind of stuff. There's pretty good jokes throughout. I like this movie, generally. But yeah, I could go on about the jokes that I liked about it and stuff, but I think you get it. I think I've said basically what I want to say about it. Let's look and see how much it made in the box office. I'm gonna look at the cast and see if there's anyone I'm missing. Yeah, Timothy Dalton, I knew it. He was James Bond, and he played Damian Drake in this. More like this, Space Jam. See, Space Jam has a higher rating than this on IMDb, and I don't agree with that. I think this is the better film. I think definitely. It's just not as well renowned because Michael Jordan's not in it. Although that's not true. There is a cameo with Michael Jordan that's really funny, and it made me laugh. There's a part where Steve Martin's unzipping different suits, like he zips skin and he's some other cartoon character, and then he unzips that and he's him again. He keeps zipping into different people, and one of them's Michael Jordan, and it's really funny because I didn't quite expect it. I gotta say I liked it. It was funny. Brendan Fraser did such a good job doing an impersonation of Taz that he was allowed to do the voice instead of Taz. Current voice actor Jim Cummings. Oh shit! Nice. Brendan Fraser knocking out Jim Cummings with the Taz voice. That's an interesting fun fact. Oof. Budget 80 million. Worldwide gross 68,514,844. Canada and US 20 million. So that's not good. So like I said, it didn't do well, which is unfortunate because I actually liked this. It was funny. What else to say about it though, really? I gotta say that Brendan Fraser was good in it. It was really funny, and they did the cartoon elements well. I like the Dick Miller cameo. I love Joe Dante stuff. I think it's not given enough credit, but you know what? I'm running out of stuff to say, so I think I'm sort of just reiterating myself. So I think I'll end this review, but let's give it a solid 6.5. I feel like that's fair. I think that's more what it deserves. 6.5 out of 10 Dougs. I'd recommend it. It's on Tubi right now. I don't know for how long, but it's on Tubi. So yeah, check out Looney Tunes Back in Action. And I do think it's better than Space Jam. That's my main point with the review, I guess. Because they're often compared. Because they're the two movies with... Well, now we have Space Jam 2, which I haven't seen. But we have the two original movies, sorry, you could say, I guess, with live action mixed with Looney Tune cartoon characters. So, I'm going to put on a song. Here is Maca Green Tea Ice Cream from Martys Escape. Here we go. Okay, so Looney Tunes Back in Action, 6.5 out of 10 Dougs. I liked it. It was fun. Not perfect. A few nitpicks here and there. Some stuff about the animation. Some of the lines were a little cringy. But, you know, that's okay. That's to be expected with something nearly 20 years old. It was overall fun, though, and I would recommend it. I laughed quite a lot, actually. 6.5 out of 10 Dougs. It's on Tubi if you want to check it out.